But I will start off by asking the first question. Will each of you kind of just comment about where has the industry gone and changed over the past 3 to 5 years, and maybe where do you think it's going?
I think I could speak to where it's been going for the last 20 years, and you probably I've seen it from when translators still walked into the office with, typed transcripts with a typewriter, to the modem, to the internet. So, and I was not a child of the internet. I did not grow up with computers. I had to learn DOS when I was a student in college, and I saw the whole evolution of software and technology in the industry. So it has evolved tremendously. In some ways it's a very good thing. In other ways we've also seen negative consequences in the language field, which we can maybe open up a little later for discussion. But I think the major changes have been in technology and maybe with globalization in general in the world, from what I can see.
I'm going to address something that's maybe slightly different. I work maybe 75% of my time as an interpreter, and I would say that the standards, especially for Spanish community type interpreting, which would be things like schools, hospitals, community events, those types of things, those standards have gotten a lot higher. So if you want to work in the field, there's more, people are more interested in knowing that you've had some kind of training to be an interpreter. Can you follow the interpreter's code of ethics? Do you know which code of ethics for which situation you should be following? There's a legal set of ethics and a medical set of ethics. And the medical ethics are sort of on some level changing now to where they're being absorbed by what's called community interpreting, whereas legal interpreting for the court is separate. So I think whereas maybe at one point a hospital might say, oh, you speak, X and English, come help me with this patient. Now people are more interested in knowing that you're really going to do a good job.
I would just reiterate the technology piece for translating has, at least in my world, has changed dramatically. I tend to be extremely old school and don't use computer-aided translation tools, and my particular industry does not warrant it as much as some other fields. And that's something we might address, is specializing in the field. So my personal work situation has not changed much, but I do receive more requests for translations only if I use X software or that I'm proficient in X software. So that's been my biggest learning curve over the last few years.